Let's go live to former ITV News royal editor Tim Ewart. Tim, we've got to start with that glorious photo of your Queen, Queen Elizabeth. It was only taken earlier this year. She's smiling, those eyes are sparkling, and she even looks slightly cheeky, I think. What do you think?
I think that's the way that most people here will want to remember her. I mean, she has to be the most photographed woman or person in the world, and I would suspect that she has had more portraits painted of her than anybody else in the world, starting right back at the beginning of that extraordinary 70-year reign. And the picture gallery of the Queen, were you able to put it together, would be quite extraordinary. So it is, I think, a cheerful way, a cheerful smile on which to start what is going to be a very sad day.
Indeed, we've seen a statement from King Charles overnight as well, thanking the public for their respect and their outpouring of love towards him. It seemed his words were seemed very genuine indeed. Yes,
they've all now, the latest being Prince Andrew, in fact, they've all now issued personal statements about the Queen. Last night we heard an interview on television here with the Queen Consort Camilla, speaking very movingly about the Queen's life and the personal relationship they had and how friendly and how full of laughter the Queen was. But she made a very good point in that, I think, which was that 70 years ago, when the Queen took to the throne, she was a young woman in her mid-20s, very much in a man's world. The Prime Minister was Winston Churchill. So she was entering very new territory. She was setting a path for women in public life to follow her. And I think that was a pretty good point to make.
Yeah, I think so as well. Camilla has proven herself to be, if not before this, in the last 10 days, to be King Charles' rock. So she's someone I'm going to keep a very close eye on. But the threads to the past that you touch on, Tim, Winston Churchill being her first Prime Minister, the last state funeral we've seen here in London was 60 years ago. It was his state funeral. And we know the Queen has been involved in so much detail, faith being a huge part of her life. Today will be really something, won't it?
Yes, she's been very intimately involved in the planning, and we talked, I think, yesterday about the former Archbishop of York, John Sentamu, who was very closely involved in that planning with her before he retired, and her message to him was, I don't want it to be long and I don't want it to be boring. So it's only an hour long, and I don't think it will be boring at all. The word he used was glorious, and he spoke at the Queen's wish to the angelic choirs that we'll be hearing. There'll be some very poignant moments, and the last sound we'll hear will be that of a lament played by the Queen's personal pipe major Paul Burns, who was tasked with every morning, every weekday morning we should add, playing outside the Queen's bedroom, wherever she was in this country, to wake her up. And he will play a lament not only here at Westminster Abbey, but also later at St George's Chapel. And I think that will be a very haunting sound on which to end the day.
Yeah, and she'll finally be reunited with her great love, Prince Philip. Thanks so much, Tim. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. We really appreciate it.